of reckoning. It's been a long time coming. Getting ready to fire up Cosworth for the first time. Well, I shouldn't say first time. I lightly fired it earlier just to see if the battery was going to do it, and it lit right off after the first crank with a good battery jumper on it. So we're going to fire it up. We're going to do a little bit of timing, tuning, and we're going to do the initial first 20-minute ring set in, and then we'll see how many issues we have. Let's get going. Alright guys, well, I'd have to say that was a pretty dang successful first startup. 20-minute break-in went great. I think it's obviously running a little bit lean and the timing's a little bit off. But for the most part, it ran good. It got up to temp. Thermostat opened. I had the cooling fans bypassed so I could just turn on the cooling fan and make sure it was cooling. Oil pressure was at 80 psi cold start. I think by the time we were up to temp and running, I had 60. so far so good. So we're gonna dump the oil and put in a fresh oil change. I've got a few more things I need to button up in this before I can actually take it for the 50-mile continuous of the ring break-in. Make sure everything sets in good. But so far so good, man. I still got to put my interior back together. That's pretty trashed. And I've got to go around and hang the exhaust since it was just sitting on top of the axle the whole time. But we're making great progress, and I can't wait to take this bad boy out and get some real break-in time on it. Well, more fun with the Cosworth Chevette today. Balanced the carbs. I did tune for my idle, which was sitting at like 12 and a half. I'm still messing with it a little bit. I'm at like 13 now, which isn't terrible. Got the O2 sensor welded into the exhaust, obviously, if I'm, referencing AFRs. Still messing with trying to figure out a heat shield for this for my master. This drastically reduces the amount of heat getting pushed over this direction from the header. So I'm gonna have to source up some more of this and build me a little L that goes around here and blocks that brake line and my hydraulic clutch line. But all in all, getting pretty close. Tomorrow's the day in the morning. Take it out for the 50-mile ring set in, and then dump the oil again and fill it back up and do the 500-mile break-in, and then dump the oil again and hope everything's good. I think the tune is good enough for right now. It should be safe, so I'm not overly worried about it. Got the interior kind of back together, no carpet. All my gauges are working. The new shifter position is really nice. It's right there. This is definitely not staying. That's got to go. I don't like it, but yeah, it's coming along. I'm getting excited. Well, I'd have to say that 50-mile ring break-in went pretty dang good. No major issues. Oil pressure held steady at about 60 psi. Temperature never got above 180. I mean, my fans never even kicked on. It's looking great. And a few other things. I blew out the collector gasket again. That's great. That's the second one. I blew the first one out just doing the 20-minute warm-up because it was a thin paper one I'd made. And the new one I made out of some thicker stuff blew out after the 30-ish, 50-ish mile drive we did. So I ordered a specialty one from a place up in northern Washington that specializes in cosworth gaskets and bits and pieces. So that should be coming in soon. But super stoked. Oil got drained, and this is kind of hard to see, but there's some stuff that came out of the filter. Little bits of gasketing material, some small aluminum shavings, probably left over from when the block was decked, and the machine shop just didn't clean out very well. I know they're aluminum because I took the magnet and nothing stuck to it. So we're good on that end. So fresh oil, fresh zinc additive, and time to do the 500 mile. So I'd have to say, all in all, it was a very successful 2 or 3 days, doing the initial startup, break-in, and test drive. 5-speed worked flawless. I was super happy with how crisp the shift is. Running down the road doing 65 in 5th gear, it was turning 2100 RPM. So I'm hoping to maybe still get somewhat of a respectable MPG out of it, although we know that's not the real intention here. But stay tuned, and we're going to get into some more tuning with the Webers and timing, mess with the distributor a little bit down the road after we get past our 500 mile break-in, and then we can do some wide open throttle pulls and see what the car really wants as far as a tune. Thanks again. Oddfather out.